That's right. That's right. This title is going to upset a bunch of people, but it had to be said. I'll wait for some people to show up before I start this rant. Let's see who shows up. Notifications going out. Dusty, King Adjust, Kevin Axton, what is going on? Nurse Dave's Shaving World, Maricita, Certified T3 Bot, and my sister says, hey, F off from OKC. Everyone say hi to my sister Marissa. Tommy Big Time, EM, Certified T3 Bot, Phil Bauer, Samuel Hasty, Phil with the Shaka, what's going on? I forgot where my camera is. Dusty says, Jory looks mad upset. Dude, the truth is, I kind of am, and we're going to get into it today. Joseph Pyburn, excuse me. What is up? Let me tell my Discord. That we are live. Maricita says, no. Tariq says, hey, Marissa. Sabio says, hello from Peru. Tommy Big Time says, what's up, Marissa? Okay, everyone be nice to my sister. Everyone greet her with the daily greeting. Kai Williams, I haven't been this early in a long while. We're going to wait a little bit longer. We're going to wave to the people back home and everything. But I'm going to get into this rant real quick. And I'm going to explain why you're all wrong about the Seiko 5 GMT. I have notes, in fact. That's right. Superfly says, Joey looks like the French Viking. I don't know who Joey is, but that's pretty cool. French Vikings sound cool. King of Just, I don't see the problem with the Seiko 5 GMT. I'd it because of the 100... Oh, is it because of the 100 meter water resistance? Partially, but I have notes that I'm going to go over today as to why you're all wrong. You're all wrong. Jory looks like the French Viking. Very cool. Yeah, my mustache is curled a little bit. I need to trim it up. Tom Mulrooney. Top of the morning to you. With the Shaka. All right, guys. So, what we're going to do first is, as is tradition, what are you sipping on? So, during Prime Day, because I am a no-good consumerist pig, I bought myself a Keurig. It's the Keurig like Slim series or whatever, so it was like the least expensive. I think it was like $50. But instead of going to Starbucks every day, I was like, I'm going to just use a Keurig, and I bought that and decaf, like a bunch of the decaf pods. The decaf pods came in today, but the decaf pods came in yesterday, but the Keurig comes in today. I was hoping it was going to come in before my live stream, so I would have something to sip on. I don't have anything to sip on. So in the comment section, tell me what you're sipping on so that I can start this freaking rant. EM says, come on, set us straight then. Come on, what are you waiting for? Set us straight then. Superfly says, Jory, search on YouTube French Viking. You'll get a kick out of it. He's a bad MFer. I will in a moment. Time Johnson says, what's up? Turkey Hill Iced Tea Lemonade. Tom Mulrooney says, Brewdog IPA. Top of the morning, Tom Mulrooney. Robert Mitchell says, I'm drinking water. Nerd. L7 weenie. I'm just kidding. Michael Cox says, Thatcher Cider. Dean. Certified T3 Bot is sipping on some coffee. He just finished some coffee. Dusty Skates is sipping on some Monster. EM Certified T3 Bot is sipping on a double espresso. Jay Rutherford, very, very posh name, says, try the Kawaii Coffee Pods, best stuff out there. So, I'm off caffeine. I gave up caffeine 3 years ago. I don't have a drop of it. I know that decaf technically has some caffeine, but I don't have any like straight up caffeinated drinks. So whatever recommendation you have for me, it would have to be decaf. Mike, Certified Teeth Rot, is here. Mike, can we just acknowledge that Mike is an incredibly avid viewer and supporter of mine, and I really do appreciate it. Mike is the man. Let's give Mike a round of applause. Gotta acknowledge the people. Yas is sipping on some IPA. Tommy sipping on some sugar-free Monster. Robert Mitchell, some ice water. Okay. Now we're gonna do a quick wave to the people at home. AM Booth is sipping on some Beavertown Lunar Haze. I had some beaver earlier this morning, if you know what I mean. I'm kidding. All right, guys, let's wave to the people at home. I understand people can't be here every single Saturday. People can't be here, even though I mention it every week that we do a live stream at Saturday around 11:30 a.m. Pacific time. But we love you. We thank you for watching this. We get like a few thousand people watching the recorded playback section, and we are stoked that you guys check out the live stream after the fact. People treat this like a podcast. I don't know why. Dude, I've had multiple comments telling me that my voice is calming and people watch it while they sleep. That is really weird because I'm probably the most jarring person in the watch world. But we're going to wave comment section. Please wave to the people at home. We love you. We love you. We see you. We acknowledge you. Thank you for joining in. Back to the live stream. Okay, guys, here's why you are wrong. Here's why you are freaking wrong about this watch. All right. Wow, so beautiful. Bing bong. We have a black one. Okay, Marissa says, okay, Marissa Certified Teeth Robot. She's on one right now. She goes, Jory, shut up. Everyone listen to me. I'm the captain now. So my sister has just hijacked my live stream. Also, we need to acknowledge that BVMF, Certified Teeth Robot, has been missing the live streams like a real beta. But today, he is alpha. All right, so Marissa has hijacked my live stream, my own sister. I don't know what she's going to comment next. All right, we have a black one, we have black and blue, and we have orange. This pumpkin, or the jack-o'-lantern, however you want to call it, really, really cool because it looks like the OG jack-o'-lantern SKX. So, what are the complaints about the most recent episode that I made? What's funny is if you type in, and I'm in guest mode, but if you type in Seiko 5 GMT, I'm the first episode that shows up. Hey, shout out to SEO. Mike's name's Marissa too, with 2 S's. Hey, that's perfect. Same here. Is your last name Goodman? That'd be that'd be wild. So I made this episode 2 days ago, and the like to dislike ratio is actually great. Last time I checked, let's take a look. Let us oh, there I am. Well. Seems Seiko 5 wasn't done with just the normal. Oh, I don't have the plug-in on here because I'm in guest mode. But you just gotta trust me. The like to dislike is in my favor. So there, period, paragraph, whatever. It's my live stream. It's my show. Bing bong. All right. The top whiners, even though the majority of people that have watched the episode are on my side. If you want to, someone in the comment section that has the plugin, go ahead, look at the like to dislike ratio. It's vastly in my favor. I'm the man. I'm never wrong, and everyone agrees with me. It's incredible being me. First complaint is people saying, "Well, Jory, it's not a dive watch. So why are you complaining about it being a dive watch? Like, it's clearly not a dive watch, and they didn't intend for it to be a dive watch. So why are you making fun of it for not having a threaded crown? Look at the bezel. Okay, look at the bezel. Is that a diver bezel? No. Okay, why am I assuming? Why am I assuming that it's a dive watch? Maybe because it says SKX here. Maybe because it says freaking SKX. Maybe that's why I assumed that it was an SKX, because on their own website, SeikoWatches.com, it says effing SKX. So what am I to assume there? People are upset that I'm comparing it to an SKX. This is a freaking SKX. And you want to say that I'm making it up? That I've fabricated this weird belief, this stupid, incredibly inaccurate, incongruent comparison between two watches that have no relation? I'm comparing this new Seiko 5 SKX sports style to an SKX. And last time I checked, an SKX is a effing dive watch. The next thing, 100 meter water resistance rating. When are you gonna swim down 100 meters? That's not the point, dude. The point is, an SKX has 200 meter water resistance rating and a threaded crown. That's the point. So read the rest. SKX sports style. So here's another thing. People try to circumvent my pretty much bulletproof argument by saying, well, it says sports style. SKX sports style. So they're saying it's the style of an SKX. Okay, let's take a look at this. Grammar. Shouldn't there be some hyphens if it's going to say SKX style? Or maybe if it was going to say like SKX sports, like hyphen, as in like it's a comparison. Like this is the SKX style watch. No, SKX sports style, all capitals, S, all capitals. GMT, all capitals, but the series, for some reason, that isn't capitalized. Why? It's because this is the title. This is the name of the watch. SKX Sports Style GMT. This is the name of the watch. They're not doing this as a comparison. They're not saying that this is an SKX style watch. No, these watches are called, according to Seiko Watches, the SKX Sports Style. That's the title. So if they were calling this the SKX Street Style, that's not a comparison. That's the name of the watch. Or if they called it the SKX, I don't know, Shark Style or whatever. But they said sports style. There's no hyphens here. Capitalized letters. This is the name of the watch. So for you guys and gals telling me, and it's a minority of you out there, by the way, telling me it's not a dive watch and it's stupid that I compared it to a dive watch. Well, it's called an SKX. And I'm comparing an SKX to an SKX. And an SKX is a dive watch. So if they wanted to have this be something totally different, they wouldn't refer to it as an SKX sports style. I've already done a video on an Islander. And Sohan's right. Goofy, this is so goofy, Goofy off for real, dude. Goofy off for real. Hit the gritty. With the left foot creep. And this is why you're wrong. This is why all of you are wrong. So, that's pretty much it. We're probably going to clip this up into another episode. But yeah, you guys are 100% wrong. This is an SKX according to Seiko. This is neutered. They've downgraded it by not having a threaded crown, not ISO rated, not 200 meters. They've given it a GMT complication, which brings me to the next thing. Who's ready for the next reason you guys are wrong? People are upset about terminology that I didn't even make up. All right? Here's the next thing. You guys... Not you guys. I mean, it might be some of you there. Hit the gritty, goofy, Sohan. Hit the gritty left foot creep. People are really, really butt mad that I referred to this as a collar GMT, and I said that it is not a true GMT. There are people that think they are know-it-alls. In the comment section of my episode on this watch, saying, how dare you say it's not a true GMT? You're a snob. Just because the hour hand does not move independently of the GMT hand and the minute hand doesn't mean it's not a true GMT. This is still a GMT. Yeah, dude. That's the terminology. That's the categorization of that kind of GMT complication. I didn't make it up. There's collar type GMTs, C-A-L-L-E-R, and there are GMT complications known as true type GMTs. Collar type and true type. But I understand, for you simpletons out there, when you hear me say that's not a true GMT, you must think that I'm saying, oh my god, this isn't even a GMT at all. No, it is, but it's a specific kind. And that kind is not a true GMT. If I didn't educate you guys on that, then I wouldn't be doing my job as a watch guy here on YouTube. I'm just giving you information. There are true type GMTs. There are collar type GMTs. This is a collar type GMT, which is not a true type GMT. So everyone complaining in the comments section is wrong, and I'm right. I'm never wrong, and everyone likes me. Live stream over. Dusty says, cold. Podcast stage, certified teeth rot. I'll wait for a brand to make a cooler looking GMT with this movement. Amen. Probably Long Island watch. Honestly, just like wait for Long Island watch to put this in an SKX case. Chad, let me guess. You just tell it how it is? Superfly, Jory's hooked on phonics. Sohan, we can just agree G-Shocks are better, though. So Caleb, you're misspelling it. A lot of people in the comment section are also confused about that. It's not collar like collar on a shirt. It's not C-O-L-L-A-R. It's C-A-L-L-E-R. Like collar, like I'm calling. Sabrina, I don't understand the point of this live. I was pretty clear, Sabrina. The point of this live is to tell you how wrong you are and how right I am. So, Jimmy says he can't handle the truth. Yeah. Corey says Mark is going to kill it. Amen. Support Long Island Watch. Support Mark. Let him know that the time teller sent you. He's the man. TFT, Certified T3 Bot and Moderator says, Sabrina, this stream will move to other topics, but sometimes a rant happens. Yeah, that's very true. But yeah, so I just wanted to fill you guys in that, and we're probably going to, Gato's probably going to clip this into an episode so that everyone else can watch and get upset. But that's, you know, it is what it is. I'll give you cliff notes. This is an SKX according to Seiko. They're not just saying SKX Sport Style as a descriptor. That's the title. And you can see, just based upon grammar, how they're writing it. I'm comparing an SKX to an SKX. So unless we are to assume SKX is not like SKXs aren't divers, then okay. You can make the argument that, oh, well, you know, a GMT Master looks similar to a Submariner, but a GMT Master isn't a dive watch. Yeah, okay, that's fine, but they also called it something different. Rolex called the GMT Master the GMT Master. They didn't call it a Submariner sport style, right? The next thing is calling a collar GMT a true GMT is just simply wrong as far as the jargon goes, right? Designation. There are collar type GMTs. There are true type GMTs. Both of those types of GMTs are GMT complications. They are just different types of GMT complications. Period. Podcast stage. Certified Teetherbot says, that fellow there is lying and wrong. This stream never goes off topic. It focuses on one thing the whole time and never gets derailed. Auctioning my time. Very, very cool handle, by the way. Auctioning my time. I'm late. Are you talking about the new collar GMT? Yes. Sam Ray, certified teeth bot. Yo, Orient Kamasu collar GMT. Why not? That'd be dope. Yo, get Orient on the phone. Shout out to Orient for sponsoring me. I really do appreciate it. We're uploading an Orient episode today. Yahoo! Dad, RN, says appreciate knowledge sharing. Thank you so much, bro. Appreciate it. Bobby A, do you like Hamilton Jazzmasters? Yes, I do. A lot. And I've owned one. The one I owned, I ended up selling because I found myself not wearing it much because it was the Jazzmaster Open Heart. Looks gorgeous. Feels gorgeous. Great finishing. Incredibly smooth movement. It was a gorgeous watch. But it was one of those situations where you buy it after like lusting after it for a while, then you put it on your wrist and you realize like you're just not all that into it. So that happened to me. Not always. Not always. Caleb, why are collar type GMTs inferior, Jory? I never said they were. I literally never said they were. I was just telling you guys that there's a difference. Collar type GMTs don't have the ability to jump the hour hand independently. True type GMTs do. So true GMTs have just an added ability that collar types don't. I wasn't making a judgment call like, oh, this watch is crap because it's not a true GMT. This watch at the $500 price point, and we're referring to this, you would expect it to have a collar type GMT, right? Like if this had a jumping hour hand, I would be like, whoa, that's awesome. This is really, really cool. It doesn't. It has a GMT complication, still really cool, still super functional, still really awesome, but it's a neutered SKX. And people are like, why didn't they give it a threaded crown? Well, because of cost. They know that this is Seiko is just trying to move volume at this point. So they're like, we're going to make it kind of cheap and dirty. A bunch of knuckleheads are going to go out and buy it because it looks like an SKX. We'll call it an SKX. We'll give it a GMT complication. And a bunch of media sites will take really good photos of it. And then people will be like, yum, 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 yum. And that's what's happening. A lot of people are buying this watch. I said in my episode, it's going to sell like hotcakes. But it's just not what I would spend my money on. I said that there are other Seiko diver, like true diver GMTs. The Suno 6.5, great option. Save your $500, put it towards the Suno 6.5. Bada bing, bada boom. Auctioning my time, says Aaron from New Hampshire. Heck yes, I'll be back in New Hampshire in late August. Sam Ray, Jory should do a video collab with producer Michael. I'm not really one of those types of content creators. I'm not super interested in like I don't know. I'm not really that type of content creator. I think that I'm very opinionated and I have my own opinions, and I'm not going to like suck up to some like famous dude about their collection. Podcast stage. Oh, congrats. How's the Ranger in person? Oh, Mike got the Ranger? What? Congrats, dude. Man, you got one before I did. Also, it's because producer Michael doesn't have any watches I would like. So it would be really hard for me to bite my tongue. Do you know what I mean? I'd be there talking to him and he'd be like, here's this Richard Mille that I got. I spent this much money on it and it's gorgeous. I absolutely love the colors and how they did it. And I'd be like, this looks like vomit, bro. So it'd be hard for me to bite my tongue and not be opinionated. It is what it is. I'm the bad boy of the watch world. So, Han, next video when? Today. We're uploading a video today after the live stream. Mike Certified Teeth Rot, I got lucky, Jor. Hey, man. Congratulations. That Ranger is freaking badass. Dean Certified Teeth Rot says, so my Zin U2 GMT has the GMT hand set independently of the hours. The middle setting is a date. Very, very cool. Reading comments. If you ever see me silence, because I'm reading comments. AK Dave says, Jory, it's all about the hype train, mate. Get on the train. Yep. Producer Jory. Still got the Mudmaster? Yes, I do. Bobby A, can you suggest an $800 watch you would buy? I mean, what kind of watch, right? There's so many different kinds of watches. If you only give me one parameter, that's, $800 to buy any watch ever. There's so many watches. What kind of watch? Pros and cons between my two Porsches. Let me see. Corey Checkits is trying to dunk on me, but he doesn't know enough about watches or Porsches to do it effectively. So he says, so what you're saying is the new SKX GMT is to the original SKX as the base 996 is to the 996 GT3. Well, as a 996 911 owner and as someone who's driven numerous 996 GT3s, what I can tell you that even if you don't own one, your comparison's flawed from the start, because the SKX GMT is to the original SKX as the base 996 is to the 996 GT3. Well, the original SKX came out before the SKX GMT. The 996 Carrera came out before the 996 GT3. So really, the original SKX would be the 996 Carrera, and the 996 GT3 would be the SKX GMT, which is, see, it's a flawed comparison, right? Also, I'll have you know that the 996 C2, the one that I own, is the lightest 911 air-cooled, the lightest air-cooled, non-air-cooled, I meant water-cooled. Let me say that again. The 996 C2 is the lightest water-cooled 911 ever produced, even lighter than the 996 GT3. So it doesn't rev as high as a 996 GT3, but your comparison's just terrible, and you don't know enough about Porsches or about watches to make these. But congratulations for getting me to respond. There was a really good comment. By the way, Mike, congratulations on the Ranger. I'm incredibly jealous of the Ranger. There was okay. Sam Ray, certified T3 bot and moderator over on the Discord chat. Sam, I'm gonna make you a moderator on YouTube. I keep forgetting to do it, but Sam Ray is going to be a moderator here on YouTube as well. Pros and cons between my two Porsches. Okay, so I own a 996 911. And I own a 1987 944, excuse me. Okay. This is going, who wants a rant on cars right now? Because I know a lot of people here don't really give a F about cars. Chung with the super chat. Thank you so much, brother. Woo! Gong gang. Corey says, totally agree. The 996 C2 is awesome. I drive the wheels off mine. Corey just redeemed himself. Corey owns a 996 C2. Corey, congratulations. You went from being an enemy to now one of my official best friends. I love you, Corey. Email me, info@thetimtellershop.com. We will talk Porsches. Podcast Stage Certified Teeth says, congrats, Sam Ray. Woo! Okay, Dean just gave me the green light for a rant. So we're gonna talk about Porsches real quick, at least the two that I own. Um, my 996 911, all right, is Phil. Have a good one, dude. Out of the box, because I bought it stock, right? I bought it stock from some dealer in like Washington State. I had it shipped to LA. I took a risk, by the way. I bought it sight unseen. It immediately, and this isn't the first time I've driven 911s. Obviously, since I was little, 911s were my poster car. I literally had a 996 C2 on a poster on my wall. So I right next to like my Ninja Turtles Secret of the Ooze poster. So I was obsessed with this. Cheong, thank you so much for the super chat, guys. Super chats aren't necessary; they're not expected, but they do help the channel a ton. So I've always wanted a 911, specifically a 996. I got one. I drove it, and like right off the truck when it came, and I was immediately enamored by it. Love it. The only other 996 I've driven before that was a 996 C4 and a 996 twin turbo. Here's what I will say. The twin turbo had terrible shifting and all manuals. For some reason, the feel of the shifter was terrible. Corey with the super chat. Thank you so much, Corey. Seriously, though, email me info@thetimtellershop.com so that we can talk Porsches, because if you're a fellow C2 owner, you're my bro. Yeah, Corey says, no shade. Let's chat. Dude, I'm telling you, email me so that we can talk about Porsches. I'm actually serious. If you own a C2, then we're bros. So the twin turbo did not feel good. Like the transmission did not feel good. And the weird thing is that it had like 25,000 miles and was like meticulously kept. So I have to assume there wasn't anything wrong with the transmission. It just didn't feel good. It felt sloppy. And so I was wondering if when I got my own, if that's like how it would feel, because I was like, I'm gonna change it up. Thankfully, when I took it off the flatbed and drove it, it felt so good. It did not have any of that slop. It wasn't perfect though, and that's why I ended up getting the numeric shifter, and that tightened it up. Feels like a bolt action rifle now. It's so good. But here's what I will say. Comparing the 996 stock to the 944 stock, here's where I'm gonna piss people off. The 944 handles better stock than the 996 did stock. Really weird, because again, the 996, it's a 911, so you would expect the 911 to handle the best out of it, but the 944 out of the box has almost perfect 50-50 weight distribution. So you can throw that thing into corners, and it's not fast, okay? And the funny thing is my 911 isn't really fast either, but the 911 feels like a rocket ship after driving the 944. So here's what I will say. Neither of my cars, well, I have multiple cars, but neither of my Porsches are stock at this point. I've invested a ton into the suspension of my 911, and I've also redone the suspension of my 944. So neither of them are stock, but the 944 stock handled better than the 911 stock. And they're both manual transmission. The 911 is a 6-speed. The 944 is a 5-speed. Here is my pros and cons, because people are asking me about pros and cons, Samurai specifically. Pro would be so they're both cable throttle cars. The 911 feels much more responsive, but it's because I have the Softronic tune and there's just straight up more horsepower, right? It's a 6-cylinder. So Pro 911, very, very quick out of a corner. So I can decelerate, throw into a corner, accelerate right out of the corner. It feels like pretty immediate, right? Con of the 911 is that it is not, how do I say this? I have GT3 Euro Cup seats in it, and although it's very comfortable when you're driving it, it's not a car that I would drive daily, right? Because it's like a race car on the inside with the Euro Cup seats. The pro for the 944 is, although I'm putting Corbeau seats and a roll cage in it, literally a roll cage is going in the 944 at the end of this month, and harness, 4-point harness and everything. The 944 gets much better gas mileage. It gets cheap gas. Like it literally takes the lowest octane, and I can just putt around town, and it's incredibly fun. For some reason, the 944 feels more fun at low speed. It's just insane. So, con of the 944, no AC. So in summer here in SoCal, I am like drenched in sweat during the day. So that's just something. So there's no AC in the 944 right now. But that's what it is. Corey says, totally agree. 944s are awesome handling cars. I prefer Boxsters in the corners over my 996 C2. Balances everything. EM with the super chat says, biggest disadvantage of any 911 generation is that I won't fit in one. My legs are way too long and the door won't close. Oh my God. I'm sorry, bro. I'm so sorry. But EM, thank you for being a member for 11 months, by the way. Our channel members are freaking awesome. Yeah, so anyway, I love both of my Porsches. I wouldn't, if I didn't love them, I wouldn't own them, but that's, you know. All-wheel drive turbo says, oof, no AC in summer in SoCal. No thanks. I grew up in LA. I know too well. Yeah, that's so when I'm in my Land Rover, I'm like, ooh, nice and comfortable. When I'm in my 911, I'm like, ooh, nice and comfortable. When I'm in the Tesla, Connie's Tesla, I'm like, ooh, nice and comfortable. When I'm in my 944, I'm like, this is awesome, but I'm gonna die. So that's just what it is. TFT, Certified T3 Moderator, says, join the T3 bots, get access to our Discord, and graciously put up with crap moderators. No, our moderators are awesome. Can we please get a round of applause for our moderators? Sam Ray, Adam, Modder Matt, I think is he's a moderator, right? Mike Kalustion, Milcom, the king of moderators, TFT, Sam Ray, Bad Matt. We have the best moderators. We literally cannot do anything without the moderators, so we appreciate it. Corey, peace, brother. Thank you, Podcast Stage. Thank you, Roderick. For appreciating my moderators. We can't do these live streams, or we can't do the Discord chat. We can't do anything without our moderators. Sam Ray, Certified T3 says, we need to beat back the IG algorithm. Okay, so whoever's watching this, because I know we get a few thousand people, I'm going to kind of beg you, okay? Let me see. I'm going to beg you real quick. I beg your pardon. So check this out. This is my Instagram, The Simple Consultant. If you type in the time teller, I show up. Okay, so I show up. Here's the thing. Oh, you see my 911? You see my 944? You see some things here that I can't post on YouTube. YouTube might flag this. If you want to see more of my interests outside of watches, you see what's behind this watch. See my badass 944. You see my handsome mug. You see my two Porsches. Okay, we get it. Here's the issue. I am shadow banned on Instagram. All right. I made an episode actually that's coming out next Friday that we're going to complain about. Instagram does not like that I post anime girls, and they don't like that I post other things that are not cohesive to the overlords. I almost said something that they're reptilians. Let's be honest. These guys are terrible. Anyway, if you can help me and follow me on Instagram to beat back the stupid algorithm, because they've totally neutered my content's reach. Like, they don't want anyone seeing my pictures. Look how jacked I am, guys. Can we even open up this picture without logging in? No. Look how jacked I am. All right. You want to see these photos? You got to go on Instagram. They don't want you to see my photos. So please follow me. Look, I am so close to 30,000. Help me get to 30,000. I know a few thousand people are going to watch this live stream. Please follow me on Instagram. Get me to 30,000. That is my goal. Help a brother out. I appreciate it. Mike says, I own a 987. Some dude in a Mustang beat me the other day on the road, then waved back at me. It was embarrassing. He was an old guy too. Take him in the corners though, and then you got him. TFT certified T throughout and moderator says, like in person, Jory materializes like Beetlejuice. Exactly. Teddy Gorman, can you think of a watch that comes to mind that was designed as an homage, not just borrowed design elements, but then surpassed the original? Yeah. The Lariato. The Gerard Perigo Lariato. I think it's the Infinity, right? Yeah. So the GP Lariato was absolutely 100% designed after the AP Royal Oak. I mean, look at this. Hello. That is a Royal Oak. I don't know how you can say otherwise. However, the cool thing is this is like a million times better for less money. I'm going to tell you right now, if I wanted to drop 15 grand on a watch, it would be this one. This is such a sick freaking watch. The Infinity edition, okay? Has gold indexes, beautiful onyx dial, onyx date wheel. This is much better than the Royal Oak, in my opinion. Yeah. So great question, really great question. But yeah, there are homage watches that defeat the original, and the Lariato is one of them. That was a really good question, by the way. Seriously, guys, follow me on Instagram, though. Would I ever switch to podcasts instead of live streams? Yeah, I would. And we're working on one. Would someone want... Okay, help me... Actually, this is funny because this is kind of some inside baseball. For everyone in the comment section watching this, for you, what would be the benefit of having me on a podcast instead of a live stream? Because, I mean, I would probably just end up doing both, right? But to hear from what you guys want, what would be the benefit for you to have me doing a podcast over a live stream? Help me. What pilot's watch do I recommend, Osin? Big Crown Pro Pilot. Oris Big Crown Pro Pilot, probably one of the best pilot's watches on the market, period. Navot, choosing the time to listen when I'm free. So you can still listen to this after the fact. For those of you who might not know, these live streams are recorded and they get uploaded to YouTube. And so a lot of people that watch, we get thousands and thousands of people that watch these on the playback. And they listen to it like it's a podcast. So let me know. AK says, no benefit to me. I love your face. James, Certified Teeter says, don't want to miss the face. Samurai says, podcast with Adrian, Bark, and Jack. BVMF says, I'd listen to it on my way to work, the gym, also more wonderful rants. So maybe I will have to do a type of live stream. Samurai is just yelling a bunch of watch creators. The thing is, I love collaborating with my buddies. By the way, I may or may not have an episode coming out with Jody from Just One More Watch. Stay tuned for that. A little teaser. Him and I might be working on an episode together coming up. But what you have to understand is we all have our own businesses. So it probably wouldn't be easy for us to coordinate a regular live stream or a regular podcast together. So Chris says, this is my first time not listening as a podcast later. So people do listen to this as a podcast. BVMF says, watching the playback of the lives feels like I'm eavesdropping. That's pretty funny, actually. Dean says, it would be awesome to take phone calls from your listeners, do interviews, expand on subjects. This is, that's a good idea. GT, I love the 5KX GMT. Am I wrong? No, you're not. You're not wrong. You can like what you like, and you don't have to like what I like. So, don't worry about it. Podcast Stage Certified T3 Bot. Actually, he's the one to ask, right? Podcasts allow you to double task more easily when it's audio only. The host is forced to describe what they're looking at. So as a listener, you don't need to look at the screen. I could do both, though, podcast, right? So I could do a recorded visual podcast and also describe it and say, like, for the audio only listeners, this is what we're looking at. Interesting. YouTube app won't let you do other stuff on the iPad without closing it. That's okay. So that I understand, actually. That's actually, unless you pay YouTube their stupid subscription, you can't like close the app and do other things. Maybe we do have to do a podcast. All right, I'll get started on it. I'm making a note. Gato, I know you're going to listen to this. Podcast, baby. Joe H, what's going on? All right, guys. So we're actually going to wrap this one up. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. That was a fun rant. To sum it up, you guys are not wrong for liking the Seiko 5 GMT. You can like what you like. It's going to be a decent enough watch. It's going to make you guys happy, I'm sure. You don't have to feel bad for liking what I don't like. All right, guys. So what do I always tell you? Get out of your comfort zone. All right. It pays off. I promise. Tell someone you love them. You know, with the divisiveness in the world right now, we don't need it. Here's the final thing I'll leave you. The majority of people, all right, Podcast Stage says you could 100% do both video and audio. That's what I do for my podcast. If you need help, hit me up on the Discord. I'm in your server. Podcast Stage, I will be hitting you up. Thank you so much. Sam Ray says corn stream. Here's AK says Jory, keep killing it. Thank you. Here's what I want to leave you guys with. All right. The majority of us out there agree on the majority of topics, and there are only a few nuances that we may not agree on. The media and the, politicos out there and everything, they want to inundate you with essentially propaganda, telling you guys that there's these two sides, these two armies fighting. You have to choose one. Which one are you going to choose? You got to join the fight. You got to hate the other side. All right. I'm here to tell you that that is not reality. That is not reality. The majority of us agree on the majority of things. Do not listen to these external sources that are telling you you have to hate someone else for their beliefs. You don't have to, because regardless of what you feel on some stupid political topic, chances are if you met someone from the other side, you guys would agree on a lot more things. All right. So tell someone you love them. Tell yourself you love yourself. Extend love to others. Have care and compassion to others, and understand that a lot of us we just want the same things, dude. We just want to live our lives, let others live. We might have opinions on certain things. We might have strong opinions on certain things. But these external sources that are telling us we need to hate the other side because of their beliefs or this and that, guess what? We agree on more than you think. All right? So stay happy, stay healthy, stay blessed. Tell someone you love them. Tell yourself you love yourself, and get out of your comfort zone. All right, guys. I love you. Regardless of what anyone else says out there that wants you to hate people, guess what? I love you, and I will continue to love you. So, God bless, and God bless America. No, I love you guys. All right, I will catch you on the next one. Hey, stay tuned for an Orient episode coming up right after this. Dab. I'm Jory Goodman, the Time Teller. Always remember, I didn't invent time. I just tell it. Clip it.